Led Zeppelin dominated rock music for much of the 1970s. Its fans filled arenas and stadiums in record numbers. Now the three surviving members are back in the spotlight as Kennedy Center honorees. We sat down recently with Robert Plant, Jimmy Page, and John Paul Jones to talk about why the band is still so popular 40 years later. When Led Zeppelin first arrived in the United States, the music was altogether new. Rooted in the old riffs of American blues.
We came along and we mutilated the blues and twisted it upside down.
The British group reimagined the genre, infused it with influences from around the world, and played louder than any fan of rock and roll had heard before.
None of us have come across something with that amount of intensity before, ever.
You felt it?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
At the recent Kennedy Center honors, Jack Black, Led Zeppelin, summed up the legend of Led Zeppelin with 3 simple words.
Best band ever.
Take me through how this band came together finally.
Well, I've been playing over here with the Yardbirds. We were getting pretty sort of avant-garde and experimental during that time. But the band got to a point where it split up, basically. I wanted to try and form a group, sort of from the ashes of the Yardbirds, if you like, and then the search began for the musicians. And
Page, a celebrated session player, first drafted another accomplished studio musician, John Paul Jones. He then traveled to England's Midlands, where he found 19-year-old Robert Plant, howling the blues, and John Bonham hammering the drums.
I went along to see him, and I just sort of felt John Bonham.
On that very first song, I had never experienced anything like that in any of the other bands or situations.
When did it get big? 69?
Well, it got big the minute we met. That's what it meant to us. Do you think so? I mean, it was just like, bang, what's that?
I think going back to the first album, there were so many colours and textures and moods on it.
When did the critics take notice?
Well, they didn't like us at all.
I know.
Yeah.
No. I don't think they understood what we were doing.
Did it keep getting better?
For a long time, yeah.
Creatively?
Yeah.
We played bigger and bigger venues, which I must admit I wasn't that keen on the really big venues because I always felt that it lost a lot of the subtlety in the band.
I don't think we ever managed to supply the demand.
And she's fine,
People just kept wanting to come and see us, you know, more and more and more in droves, and that never stopped.
Tonight they broke the world record set by the Beatles.
I couldn't get over the fact that I was hanging out with Janis Joplin and people like that. And it was great, this fraternity of lunacy.
As the years moved on, Led Zeppelin continued to soar. Their music exploring new paths. All 8 of the band's studio albums landed in the Billboard's top 10, 6 of them at #1. Then John Bonham stopped the music. When John died, it had to be over.
Well, it was crucial. Four-piece. It was a four-piece band.
And it would have been impossible to actually be able to play and not see John Bonham there.
For 3 decades, the surviving members of the band turned to separate careers, each achieving a new level of success. 2 brief reunions, Live Aid in 1985, and the 40th anniversary of Atlantic Records in 1988. Thrill fans who left the band disappointed.
It wasn't so bad, but it wasn't really good. Led Zeppelin had a reputation.
Then, in 2007, Robert Plant, Jimmy Page, and John Paul Jones joined John Bonham's son Jason on stage. Do it one more time.
It was a perfect opportunity to go out there, stand up and be counted, and show why we were who we were.
And as it was happening, did you feel it, sense it, did you know it?
By song number 3, I think we knew that we were on it.
Plus we had Jason in the equation as well. We'd known him as Jason, the kid, you know, John's son.
Yeah.
But, you know, it was one rehearsal and we all knew he was Jason, the man who was really tearing it to bits. It was working.
And everybody in the world knew it. So why did you not take Led Zeppelin on tour?
What you know about Led Zeppelin is, you're interviewing us now, you interview lots of people, they're interesting shows, but you have to be creative and imaginative and move on. And I think the great essence of Led Zeppelin is the creativity and the imagination that develop with each project. And a project is a project. It's not just going back and visiting the past, it's moving forward. And I think that I don't see us being a stadium act or whatever it is, going round and round, making everybody feel great, playing the hits.
You didn't know that it couldn't build from where it was in 2007,
well,
even though it had some relationship to the past, a lot. It could be about the future, couldn't it, Jimmy? You wanted to go on tour, didn't you? Didn't you want to go on tour?
Wait a minute. It's 2007 that we did it.
Right.
So you got 1 year that passes, 2 years that pass, we're coming into the 5th year. So, you know, that's a long while.
But it is said that it was you, that you had developed this other interest and that you did not want to do it.
No, I want to do great creative things, and these guys are my buddies. They're my friends. We're soul partners in a big chunk of our creative lives together. But it's ever onward, and it's not the be-all and end-all of everything. It's just what we love.
At the best, not 2007, at the best, did you believe in your brain and your heart and your bones that we are the best band alive? Yeah.
No, I think within what we were doing, we were pretty insular. There was a lot of bands from England who were playing stuff. There was a lot of bands from everywhere.
They knew it.
And they all great. Everybody,
you know what? You're just being too something. You're being too something.
But you see, there's another element.
How dare you? I resemble that remark. I think everybody's good. That's why they do it.
But at the same time, all of us would like to have been you. Everybody in my generation wanted to be you. It just, for me, it was always about the music and everything else, whether it was drugs or women or whatever it might be. It was, in the end, for you guys too, that was a sideshow.
It was about the music.
Because you knew you had found lightning in a box.
See, the elements of Led Zeppelin is you can hear it.
Not always.
No, wait a minute. But when you listen to it, you can hear what each individual person is putting into that. And it's just this weave. And that is the thing, I think, which is such a textbook for young musicians. But, yeah, I would say, you know, without being conceited here, that, yeah, it was the best band.
Wow, Charlie, I have a greater appreciation for Led Zeppelin, I have to say.
Thank you.
Yeah, nicely done. Nicely done.
Remarkable musicians, they really are. I mean, to be there, you know, David Letterman last night and then this morning, to see these guys and remember how good they were and to see how they have such a spirit together.
Yeah, great interview. Loved it. Loved hearing those tunes.
It's the music.
Yep. All right, you can see the tribute to Led Zeppelin on the Kennedy Center Honors this Wednesday at 9 p.m., 8 Central, right here on CBS. And we'll be right back. You're watching CBS This Morning.